But some of your children will be sitting in a classroom this morning without a permanent teacher in front of them. We explored how teacher shortages can impact long-term student success and what you need to do if this is happening to your child.
My first day of classes will be August 20th, and that's the first day I'm in there with the students.
Mary Anderson is a senior at Mississippi State University, majoring in secondary education. Heading back to school this year takes on a new meaning as she's set to start her student teaching.
Slowly, I will start taking over responsibilities in the classroom and teaching, and trying to just get ready and prepped for when I graduate and I become a teacher.
Anderson is the daughter of a veteran high school English teacher, but it was her own experience of serving as a counselor at Girls State.
I think it was just the connection, getting to know with them,
where she discovered her passion and made the decision to pursue a career in education.
That was just something that really was inspiring to watch, and I just knew that's what I wanted to do with the rest of my life.
But teaching is a profession fewer young people are choosing.
When I would tell people that's what I was going into education, that was usually their first replies. Well, there's a lot of jobs and there's a lot of need, so you won't have to worry about finding one.
We are not recruiting the same amount of teachers that are leaving the field. And let me say, I think it's going to get worse before it gets better.
Memphis Shelby County school students are a week into the new year, but they started it without more than 300 teachers. But the state's largest school district is far from alone, according to J.C. Bowman, Executive Director of Professional Educators of Tennessee.
Tennessee is above the national average on teacher vacancy. We're at about 5.5% on the latest data that the state provided, and the national average is about 4%.
Bowman says subjects like special education, English as a second language, and math are some of the hardest to fill. What does it mean for students and families when there's not a teacher in their classroom, particularly these high-level subjects?
Yes, ma'am, and I think that's a concern that I would have as a parent.
According to the 2024 Tennessee Educator Survey, recruiting and retaining teachers is getting harder. When asked about recruiting teachers with the necessary qualifications for vacancies, nearly half of high school administrators called it very or extremely challenging.
Honestly, it's the working conditions that we put on our educators.
And making matters worse for communities like Memphis, the survey shows school leaders with fewer economically disadvantaged students reported having a larger pool of licensed applicants to choose from. In other words, schools in wealthier neighborhoods have plenty of teachers to pick from, while those in poorer communities don't.
We need to reward our teachers for staying in schools that are absolutely some of our hardest to teach students.
If I'm a parent and my child is in a classroom where there's no teacher long-term, particularly a core class, but also my child is expected to perform a certain way on a standardized test, what am I supposed to do with that?
You need to actually call the school itself, request a meeting with the principal, and find out what that plan is to fill that position.
I've been in schools in my observation that I've seen where kids are taking online classes because they don't have the teachers to teach that class.
But Anderson says it's not just the subject matter students are missing without teachers. It's the guidance, encouragement, and support that can often shape a young person's life. Lessons she's looking forward to having the privilege of providing.
I'm a little nervous because this is just something new, but I'm really excited for what I get to pour into these students' lives and what I get to make an impact in.
And we are so glad that young people like Anderson have made that choice. So of those 330 vacant teaching positions MSCS started the school year with, the district says it's made just over 100 recommendations, so that actual number should drop to around 225 if and when, Todd, those folks are hired. So this is something, by the way, again, it's not just this area that we're dealing with. This is a national issue. You heard us talk about earlier in the show, there are incentive programs that states like Tennessee have come up with to get people into education, but sometimes it involves repayment, which is also difficult. Bowman mentioned, you know, a lot of these kids that are going into the profession, they come from working class families, so this is hard.
Maybe we can cast an even wider net, and maybe there's a little bit more money out there for them to get them.